Good morning, Power of Thoughts. I'm walking along here listening to my affirmations, and the wish really is that they would be able to inspire me with love and gratitude. And I guess they have, I am so very, very grateful for waking up this morning, feeling that I have been given another day of bliss and happiness and blessings. Spent a beautiful day yesterday with loved ones. So for me, so I, as I always do, I'm walking along with my dogs and I'm thinking about things, and I wanted to sort of be a bit upbeat, but actually I think it's full moon today and my energy is pretty intense, pretty heavy. So I don't know how upbeat this is going to feel, but anyway, had a lovely day yesterday with family, and it is about being very grateful to have that love that surrounds you. But today I had a bit of a sort of a thought about love and friendship and how we kind of define it, I guess, in a way, I'm very blessed to have friendship in my life that is really profound friendship. It's been with me for years and years, my friends. And yesterday, my family member, my cousin, my beautiful cousin, she said, "Oh, I love listening to you, you inspire." And I thought, I needed to hear that. So sometimes, you just need that little bit of extra love, I guess. And I feel a little bit like I'm questioning my worthiness a bit today, because of the sort of message I've heard today about sort of friendship and love. And when you have a very different picture in your mind, sometimes it can be a bit disappointing, and then I think, well, I know what I want now, and I know what I deserve. So I guess it just comes back to really, sort of setting your boundaries and not compromising, maybe, So I don't know whether that's going to resonate with anyone else today, but it's running in my head for a reason. And I just think, possibly previously I've always compromised with things. And actually, that's not always the way to go, is it? Because ultimately you end up not even happy, maybe, or satisfied yourself. And I think that boils down to being untrue to you and your feelings. And that really was something that I was thinking about. Why don't I just say sometimes? And then it's sort of, you get this sort of pre-programmed voice in your head that says, oh, you can't do that. You've got to be more tactful, or you've got to be more polite, and often that is learned behaviors from childhood. And we kind of have to realize that actually you have a right to speak up. You have a right to an opinion. What's not good, though, is to make excuses for being in a situation or feeling the way you're feeling and making it the excuse to stay there or not to grow or progress. I think that's what's annoying me a little bit as well today. And I just thought, at the end of the day, I've had to do a lot of releasing and change in my life to get to where I am. And this is my happiness. And I'm actually going to take ownership of that happiness. And I'm going to stay here because I've worked damn hard to be here. And, if you, for one moment, get back into the old patterns and the pre-programming that you had to release and that you had to change in your life, and you find yourself sliding back down that slope towards it, recognize it and do something about it. So that was something again that I got as a message this morning is, old patterns. Revise your old patterns. I also got to reflect on your past. So I guess the full moon energy today, this heaviness that I'm feeling is exactly that. So if I get offered friendship instead of love, what do I accept? When I know what I do want. And, but then you get the idea, well, friendship often develops into the most beautiful love. I had a conversation with a friend of mine last night about, sort of accepting people as they are, no judgment. And often when you change your way in viewing things and other people, you definitely do feel differently about them, and they often respond to you very differently. And sometimes, or more than often, it's in a better way. And we had this conversation, and I thought, yeah, at the beginning of the week, it was all about communication for me. And I've had technical issues like you can't believe on my phone, on my laptop. So communication for me is really important coming into this full moon and going out the other side tomorrow. So I know something is to come that is going to really test my resolve, test my boundaries, test my old patterns, and maybe that is what I'm being told as the wind is blowing at the minute. You can't really see wind in the trees at all if you look, but I feel it, and that's the wind of change. So transformation, something coming. Maybe I'll be sharing something very different with you next week. I don't know. We shall see, and we can really just, try our very best to be as authentic as we can be of who we are. I have nothing. I have abundance. I have riches, but I don't have millions in the bank. That's not about it. I have so much richness and abundance within me, and I know I've got a heart that is huge with a lot of love to give, and kindness and caring. And maybe that's just the value that I want someone else to see in me, without judgment, without making me feel like I'm not worthy. And that is very simple, to stick to right now, because that's who I am. And I am happiest with how I am right now. Anyway, that was quite deep. Have a very lovely full moon. You're releasing. Set your intentions. Trust the affirmation. The universe knows what my heart wants and will deliver it if I trust.